probably the strength of his group is the structure, the speed, and the forwards up front. You gotta get the puck in their hand.
Johansson got it to Hartman, and he scores! A terrific play by Johansson, and then Hartman with a nifty move to create space in front. Backpedals, gives to Boldy. Kaprizov fanned on it. It was then blocked into the corner. Rossi got it back. Kaprizov out front to Boldy, and he scores!
Mentally, St. Louis feels like, oh man, what do we got to do to get one? It's a Wild go down the other zone, draw a penalty.
Off the post, rebound, they score! Eriksson Ek left alone out front. Boldy's shot from long range caught iron. Trenyon down low. Hartman scores! Second of the night for Ryan Hartman. Boldy for Rossi, and it just missed. Kaprizov throws one toward the net. Rossi on the rebound, scores! And Minnesota's top line has their second of the night. 5-0 Wild. Here's Eriksson Ek in. His shot blocked, got it back. And the next shot comes to Kaprizov. He fires, saved by Merzlikins. Eriksson Ek, Boldy scores! Hangs on along the wall, moves in, feeds Boldy. Boldy with it. Now it's a 5-on-4. Kaprizov scores! Trying to push it out front. Now it's Bouillon with it. Down the slot, a shot, just missed. Eriksson Ek has it back in the net. Bouillon scores! First in the NHL! Tied up by Kaprizov in the corner. Bouillon rips it across. Rossi scores! Tipped by Kaprizov on the way. And Minnesota on the power play as their fourth of the night. Rossi there. Out to the line for Spurgeon. Spurgeon looks into the slot. Johansson shot blocked. Spurgeon got it back. He fires. Scores! To Kaprizov. Kaprizov circles back to the slot. Looking, fires, scores! He's able to hold the line. Tarasenko goes cross ice with it. Boldy moves down low. Boldy walks out front. He scores! Marco Rossi looking to give Minnesota the lead. He scores!
Tarasenko off the end board. 38 seconds remaining. Bouillon out high. All kinds of time here on the power play. Bouillon on the turn. Still with it. Score! Boldy in front. And the Wild are on the board. Kaprizov down low through the wickets. The crowd interjects its thoughts on the call. Bouillon off to Kaprizov. A shot. Score! It's a one-goal game.
Middleton starts ahead to Boldy. Tried to get it to Johansson. He gloves, drops, fires, scores! Marcus Johansson beats Logan Thompson over the stick side. And Minnesota silent for most of two periods. Has 4 assists in his last 4 games, but all of them coming on the power play. Rossi. And here it is. He finds Tarasenko, who beats Vladar clean, and Minnesota's on the board first.
Well, you got a big Boston connection there. Sullivan's 2 assistant coaches are Dave Quinn, who coached here before, and Joe Sacco from Boston.
Oh, they score! Jonas Brodin on a shot that fools Shesterkin. Minnesota draws even. Johansson Ducks underneath the check, circles, a wraparound, saves Shesterkin. He goes down, rebound, Urov scores! His first in the NHL. Now Shesterkin again heads to the Ranger bench as Lafreniere tried to get it into the Minnesota zone. The Wild clear and they score! Kirill Kaprizov fouled the empty net from long range in Minnesota.
He got 20 goals last year. He's got some ability, boy.
Eriksson to Boldy. Boldy down the slot, back to the forehand, a shot, and he scores!
What a great effort by Boldy. Looked like he was going to lose the puck. He maintained his balance plus possession of the puck.
Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz able to just make plays with their feet flat.
Rossi to Kaprizov. Drops it back to Bouillon and they score! Marcus Johansson on the one-timer. And Minnesota's on the board. Rossi picks it up. Got it to Hinostroza. Johansson scores! Second of the night, and Minnesota's within one. Try to go down low. Rossi's there. Bouillon hustles over to pick it up off the wall. Leaves for Faber. Faber across to Rossi. Rossi in. Fires. They score! Marcus Johansson with another one on the backdoor feed by Rossi. You know that can do wonders for confidence. Here's Kaprizov in for Minnesota. Drops it back for Rossi. He scores! Eriksson deflects to Boldy. Boldy cut off by Kurashev to Faber up high. Kaprizov centers. Hartman scores! What a play! And it's 4-3. Hinostroza and Trenyon are the Wild players involved in this scrum. Hartman out and out to Bouillon. Bouillon shot deflected. They score! There's a quick answer for the Wild. Bouillon shot deflected on the way, and it's 5-4. The shot attempts 29-11 for Minnesota. Gustafsson heads to the bench. Kaprizov scores! Kaprizov spins out of the corner with it. For Spurgeon, a shot. Save Hellebuck, rebound. It's waved off. The puck's still loose. Now the net's loose. Boldy tried to bat this puck out of the air. The Wild thought at one point that it had crossed the line, but it was waved off immediately. Pionk lost it. Rossi looking, back to Faber, and he sent it over the top of the goal. They score! Faber fired the first one over the top of the goal. Hartman back to Rossi, into the middle. Faber fires, save Hellebuck, rebound, they score!
You can't have too many guys right at the net clogging it up. Like, you almost have to spread the defense of the Jets out a little bit. So Ryan Hartman.
Kaprizov at center ice. Rossi to Johansson. Johansson centers. Kaprizov scores! What a pass! And Kaprizov has Minnesota in front. Boldy gains the line. Eriksson to Tarasenko. He scores! Middleton hustles over to hold. Tarasenko, a shot save. Rebound, they score! Marco Rossi puts Minnesota back in front. Myers fires, sliding save by Gustafsson, and the rebound scooped up by Hinostroza. Hinostroza races in, has support on the slot, he scores! Vinny Hinostroza, first of the year, it's 3-1 Minnesota. Tarasenko chips it in. Rodin, 5 blocks, and Minnesota adds to the lead out front. 5 blocks for Brodin, and now he finds the back of the net, and Minnesota leads it 4-1. Besser to Pettersson. His shot goes wide. And Hartman hammers one the length of the ice and scores! There has yet to be an empty net situation in a Wild game this season where somebody didn't score. Now it's Spurgeon up high to Tarasenko. Into the middle, Kaprizov. Spurgeon, Kaprizov, down the slot, a shot, he scores! Down to 15 in the power play. Johansson back up high, Faber. Faber fires, scores! One defenseman with a shot, the other with a deflection. Shea hands it off to Haula. Haula has it stripped away. Johansson carries ahead. Kaprizov with Johansson driving the net. Faber, Kaprizov, Johansson, and he scores! Marcus Johansson with the winner for the Wild. Kaprizov picks it up for Minnesota. Middleton on the attack, flipped it ahead. Eriksson back to Kaprizov. Anderson down, they score! Kirill Kaprizov flipped the first puck, and it just trickled through Anderson. Marcus Johansson sends it back to Kaprizov. Kaprizov waits, feeds Faber. He scores! Brock Faber with the answer for Minnesota, and the Wild are back in front. Into the slot, lost control of it, but then got it back. Spurgeon back to Kaprizov. Down low, Boldy scores! What a play! The three-way passing play sets it up, and Boldy with his second of the night. Johansson able to hold the zone, got it to Brodin, moves in. Brodin centers, Hinostroza scores!
They've had good looks with that shot coming from up high, just missing to Rich's blocker side.
Yurov comes up with a loose puck and scores! Danila Yurov, his second in the NHL, and the Wild a 2-0 lead. Boldy battling in the corner. Johansson back to Boldy. The wraparound. Pad stop made by Riddick. Faber scores! And the Wild with a quick answer are back on top by 2. Kaprizov for Minnesota, springs Rossi, Rossi's in, he scores! What a feed from Kaprizov, and it's 4-1 Minnesota. A turnover by Pulock. Kaprizov back to Zuccarello to Kaprizov, he scores! What a play! Kaprizov to Zuccarello, back to Kaprizov. Spurgeon gets back for Minnesota. Johansson, center, Boldy in, he scores!
Find a tying goal, but they're not empty. Eriksson to Kaprizov. Scores. He'll ice it, and it would have counted with the stick throw from Kadri.
Booyah moved it off. Here is Zuccarello turning away from Desharnais. Zuccarello. Serve it. See. Score! On a gorgeous feed.
Carlson only popped while shorthanded, so Eriksson and this group have done their job.
Hartman moves in. Boldy to Johansson. He scores! Faber battling. Kaprizov had his clearing attempt, hit a teammate. Boldy picks it up. Boldy to center. Fires at the empty net. He scores! Pushed it for Eriksson Ek along the wall. He caught an edge along the boards. Awkward fall for Eriksson Ek, but the Wild maintain the puck. Pops free to Zuccarello. Eriksson Ek scores! Yurov pushes ahead to Foligno. Korczak tried for the hit on Lemoose, but paid the price. Trenyan from close range. They score! Yakov Trenyan puts Minnesota in front. Back to Boldy, a shot. Eriksson Ek's tip went wide. Zuccarello on it. To Boldy. Back to Zuccarello. Across Kaprizov. He scores! Kirill wins it for the Wild!
They look to start a cycle out of the corner. The puck is stolen by Brodin and cleared. Kaprizov fights through the stick check. Zuccarello overlapping with Kaprizov. A centering pass. Zuccarello scores! Less than 2 minutes into the game, Minnesota strikes first. Aho turned it over. Looking to connect with Svechnikov. Here's Matt Boldy with a step. He scores! They were quiet in that second period, Jeff. Here comes Zuccarello right off the hop. Barging in on a breakaway. Scores! Matt Zuccarello.
See him bite right there with his right leg, but came across aggressively.
Matt Boldy slides it in on the backhand. And now it's up to Wallstad.
Yeah, we're doing more of that elevated role for Pittsburgh, playing on the first line with Crosby.
Faber in the slot, a shot. Save, rebound, Boldy scores! Hits the Penguin line. Down to 22 in the power play as Zuccarello into the slot. Eriksson Ek. Bouillon moves to the middle. They score! See, Bouillon took the shot from the high slot. Looked like it was deflected on the way in. Johansson drops it back to Boldy. His shot went wide. Brodin holds. Faber back to Brodin. Into the slot, and they score! Marcus Johansson beats Silovs from long range.
But you started to see when Pittsburgh's good, that's what they do.
Yurov centers, and Zuccarello denied by Silovs. Middleton fires. He scores! Shea sends it around. Kaprizov just off the bench, and they score! Kaprizov to Boldy out front, and Minnesota makes it 5-0.
Well, good give and go from Foligno and Middleton there on the breakout. Just those two navigating 200 feet.
And the Wild break the scoreless tie. And not surprisingly, it's Foligno and Trenyan the work on the wall. Yurov finishes. Throws it around behind. Connor was there. Intercepted by Faber. 2-on-1 for Minnesota. Johansson drops to the trailing Faber. A shot. He scores! Brock Faber with a shorthanded goal. And Minnesota leads 2-0. Zuccarello jumped around Kepke. Kaprizov keeps it alive. Zuccarello to Middleton. Back down low. Kaprizov. He scores!
I opted for the nap. Faber to the net. Blocked. Oh, and score! Brock Faber's shot was blocked by Bertuzzi. It fluttered in the air and somehow got by Knight. What a huge goal for the Wild. Down the boards. Here's Trenyan. Nico Sturm in front of the net. Tip, score! Nico Sturm, just his second game back in a Wild uniform in tenure number 2. You mentioned going into the telecast about Connor Bedard improving his defensive play. Here's Faber now. He's got room. Deflected in front by Boldy. Just went wide. Boldy scores! Matt Boldy in front of the net. The red-hot Boldy's at the point. 4 forwards on this 4-on-3 power play. Kaprizov score! It's an overtime winner for Kirill the Thrill. Did very little all night. Gets a fresh blade on the bench and then put the blade of a stick on the puck and wins the game in overtime.
The other guy started the next game, and the same is happening here in Colorado. They've had 3 straight shutouts, and in not one of them has the same guy gotten the next start. And here the Wild break the streak. Kaprizov deflects it through the legs of Wedgwood. It's 200 in the career of Kirill Kaprizov. Middleton back to pick it up for Minnesota. Trennian across for Hartman. Kelly sprawls. Hartman the wraparound. They score! Number 201 for Kaprizov. His second of the night, and Minnesota leads it 2-1. Matt Boldy for Minnesota. Boldy scores! How about the hands shown by Boldy on this play?
It's like an all-star competition, this lineup that's going. It's
Leaves it for Brodin. His pass off target for Middleton. Middleton able to knock it out of the air to keep the zone alive. Yurov with it. Down low, Zuccarello. Tried to center. They score! Kirill the Thrill one more time, and it's 1-0 Minnesota. Colleen now comes away with a puck. Hounded by Boldy. Boldy takes it away. Cuts to the slot. He scores!
But
Brodin scores! Right off the draw. We've been talking about Brodin all night as the defensive matchup against Connor McDavid. Here he lights the lamp, and Minnesota has a 1-0 lead. At the side of the Calgary circle, Bouillon to Bogosian while trying to take advantage. Calgary has a man who can't move. Bogosian shot, and they score! Tipped by Trennian, and Minnesota ties it. Bouillon after it for Minnesota. He gets it out to center for Trennian, and the Wild are back at full strength. Zuccarello has Boldy with him in the slot. Zuccarello to Boldy. He scores! And Minnesota's on the board first.
Garland gets the rebound. Couldn't settle it. Here's Kaprizov. Zuccarello turning. Sets up shop in the face-off circle. Shoots. He scores! Over the shoulder of Nikita Tolopilo. And with 2:38 to go, the Wild, with a goal 6-on-4, pull within 2.
well, the kind of shift that Hines has been looking for, an identity type of shift.
Boldy comes out. Eriksson scores! And that shift continues. Minnesota cashes in. Eriksson snaps a 5-game streak without a point. And now Brodin ahead to Boldy. He throws it cross corner looking for Johansson. Eriksson comes up with a puck centered. Johansson scores! Play goes on with 80 seconds left. Kaprizov a backhander all the way down the ice, and he scores!
.05 to go. Faber on the boards. Empty net at the other end. 4-1 hockey game. Tarasenko nails the empty netter. And if there was any doubt, no more.
Initially, I think the right matchup is Rantanen against Eriksson Ek, because Rantanen's such a big body. Ek might be one of the only guys that can combat that.
Boldy in a shot. Eriksson Ek scores!
As a dude, it's an acronym for Dad of Only Daughters. I find that to be the cutest thing.
Bogosian scores! Right off a face-off in the offensive zone, Bogosian blasts one by Ottinger. Here's Boldy working down the wall against Rantanen, centers, and they score! Marcus Johansson with a goal for the second consecutive game, and Minnesota has the lead for the first time tonight. Johnston, Heiskanen a drive. It was blocked in front. Kaprizov has Boldy with him. And Boldy in for the empty net goal. Minnesota leads by 2. Duchesne centers. Ritzkovian was denied at the side of the net. A backhander by Johansson. Scores! The goals against just under 2 for the Senators. Sturm out to Spurgeon. His shot deflected, and they score! Tyler Pitlick with his first point of the year, and Minnesota's on the board first. Johansson out for Urov, but it hit a skate on the way, so it was off target. Now Johansson centers, they score! Ryan Hartman on the redirect of the Johansson feed. Minnesota on the power play extends the lead. And they score! Eriksson from a sharp angle along the wall beats Merrilainen with 22 seconds to go. What a play! Johansson's been one of the hottest scorers for Minnesota lately. 5 points in the last 3 games. Spurgeon moves in a shot. He scores!
Talks about before the game, and you want to grind you down the first 40 minutes and let the skill take over in the third period.
Boldy's shot goes wide, rebound, Kaprizov scores! Faber hits the Boston line. Faber drives in, centers, and they score! Ryan Hartman! And Minnesota's second power play group has their second power play goal of the night.
You lose a lot of minutes, and the guys you mentioned, those are guys that are playing.
Hughes in, he scores! Welcome to Minnesota. Unable to be a part of that team, but a no-brainer to be a part of the Olympic team coming up in February. And they score! Boldy's shot beats Swayman, who appears to be shaken up on the play. Delayed call against the Bruins as Hartman circles up high. Kaprizov fires, scores!
Faber does a great job taking that hit, because that is scary when you've got 8 barreling down on you. The guy can shoot a puck, but he can finish a check too.
Urov from behind the net comes free to Tarasenko, a shot. He scores! Back to Hughes. Boldy a drive that went wide. Tarasenko up high. Hughes, a long shot, knocked down in front. Rebound! They score! Kirill Kaprizov with a franchise record 70 power play goals, and it's a 2-0 Minnesota lead.
This injury storm.
They score right off the draw. Urov wins the faceoff. Tarasenko has his second of the night, and Minnesota leads it 3-0. McMichael played it across. That shot goes wide, and Tarasenko scoops it up for Minnesota. Tarasenko drags to the backhand, centers, Urov scores! Kierstead plays it ahead. Boldy hustling. He has Foligno driving the net. Boldy cuts to the middle, a shot. He scores! Boldy at the line, back to Faber. He goes cross ice for Spurgeon. Now back to Faber. Faber down low, Kaprizov centers, and Hartman scores! Once again, it's Minnesota's second power play group that finds the back of the net. Severson took a hit, and the puck comes free. Wild have a chance again with Yurov. Trenyan to Tarasenko. He scores! Boldy down the slot, a shot, and that hit a skate deflects to the corner.
That's twice tonight where Yurov showing. He's just...
Eriksson Ek out front. Pad save. Rebound. They score! Reeves made the first save. Eriksson Ek would not quit. Marchenko throws it toward the net. Intercepted by Eriksson Ek. Plays ahead to Boldy. He goes across to Kaprizov, who scores! And the empty net goal makes it 4-2 Minnesota.
He's been scoring some goals.
Boldy with the empty net, drives by Marchenko and scores. It's 5-2 Minnesota.
I mean, it's just amazing how easy these guys make it look.
Nugent Hopkins on the loose puck here. Forced to the outside by Hughes. Poked away, and it's a breakaway for Boldy. Boldy in to the backhand, he scores! Boldy with it. Back up high, it's Hughes. Now Zuccarello, back to Hughes. Boldy fires, scores! Second of the night! And a power play goal has Minnesota up by 2. Draisaitl holds, intercepted by Hughes. He goes cross ice for Zuccarello. To Hartman. Hartman drops to Middleton. Back to Hartman, he scores! What a play! And Minnesota's back in front by 1.
They get their face-off win, run their play.
Tarasenko with a takeaway and a shot right on. Saved by Pickers. Rebound, they score! Tarasenko! And it's 4-2 Minnesota.
Bouchard back to Draisaitl, a snapshot block. Rebound, Gustafsson laying down. No cover. Whipped down the ice off of Bouchard. Tarasenko around Bouchard. Gets it up. Stern the empty netter. 5-2, and that'll do it.
Zuccarello looking for Hartman. Hughes steps up. Put it out front, and Hartman's deflection goes to the corner. Brodin down the slot, a shot. That's off the post. Rebound, they score! Ryan Hartman on the rebound. After Brodin hit the post twice on the shift.
Seems like a pretty good start on the road for Nashville.
Yeah.
But here's Hughes. Accelerating, and he heads to the net. Pirouettes along the half wall. The trailer is Faber. Score! D to D. Quinn Hughes sets up Brock Faber for a rifle shot. And Minnesota has the early lead. And now Kaprizov works the blue line. Hughes drops it. Kaprizov shoots it into traffic in front. Saves Soros the rebound. Score! No need for the power play. Eriksson Ek on the rebound. We're tied at 2.
Got it to Boldy. Looking for Kaprizov. He's ridden out by Taves. Now Hughes. Out of the corner, it deflects to Spurgeon. They score! Shifley shot blocked by Yurov. And now Zuccarello. To Kaprizov. He works past DeMello. Kaprizov scores! DeMello trying to step up and neutral ice, and Kaprizov makes it pay. It's 2-1 Minnesota. Eriksson Ek wins the draw. Boldy to Hughes. Hughes walks to the middle, a shot, deflects. Kaprizov out front. Zuccarello scores! And Minnesota ties it.
Hughes for Kaprizov. Kirill Kaprizov works it in. Quinn Hughes drops. Boldy scores! Matt Boldy, his second of the night, is the overtime winner. And the Wild rally back to win it 4-3.
Aiden Hill, latter part of last season. There's Marcus Johansson to play it out to the point. Take a look at your lineup tonight, sponsored by Intermountain Health. Johansson a drive, and he scores!
Marcus Johansson, 26 seconds in. Minnesota off to the fast start.
Middleton from his belly plays it ahead to Johansson, and the Wild have a 2-on-1. Eriksson with Boldy. Eriksson centers. Boldy scores! His shot goes right through the crease. Brodin able to hold. Johansson flips it down low. Spurgeon a shot. He scores! And the Wild get off to just as fast as start in the second period. Kaprizov tried to center. Hannafin got a skate on him. Faber works to the middle. A shot. He scores! And Carter Hart continues to struggle in goal for Vegas. 4 goals on 10 shots for Minnesota. Still with the puck into the Vegas zone. Hannafin trying to battle with Johansson. Johansson comes away with the puck. To Boldy out front. Eriksson scores! What a play! 5-0 Minnesota.
As a teenager for the Olympics, and they didn't even recognize giving a wave or anything. He's all business.
2-on-1 for Minnesota. Tarasenko in, a shot, and it goes off the pole. No, he scores! It caught the inside back end of the net, and Minnesota has a 1-0 lead. Now sends Hinostroza back in. Hinostroza to Middleton. Across for Bogosian. Down low to Foligno, a shot, he scores! First of the year for Marcus Foligno. And the Wild have life. They're back within 1. Settles it down as he enters the San Jose zone. Around behind, he wanted Urov. It was just out of his reach. Zuccarello, a takeaway. He scores! In minutes in penalties per night. First time the teams met, the Wild had 7 power play chances to 2 for Anaheim. Hughes a shot. Save goes Stahl. Rebound loose. They score! Kirill Kaprizov on the power play, and Minnesota leads. Faber plays in behind for Urov. Kaprizov out to Hughes. Winds, fires. They score! Off the skate of Urov, and Minnesota has a 2-goal lead. Trennian tried to sweep it across. He had Johansson all alone in the slot. Hughes, skate to stick, back to Trennian. He scores! And the Wild have a quick answer in Anaheim. It's back to a 2-goal lead for Minnesota. Into Duck territory. A backhander out to the point. Hughes fires, scores! A 4-point night for Quinn Hughes. And the Wild extend the lead to 4-1. Got it through to Brodin. Spurgeon then wiped out behind the play. Sturm moves in for Minnesota. He scores! Left it for Zuccarello, who's ridden into the wall by Doughty. Eriksson out to Bogosian. His shot goes wide. Zuccarello got it back to Middleton. He scores! What a feed from Zuccarello. 3rd chance on the power play for Minnesota. 0 for 2 so far. Eriksson moves in. He scores! Eriksson in on the attack on the power play. Beats Kemper high to the glove side. And now Kaprizov carries out to center ice. Wild have numbers at the Kings line. Kaprizov down low. Urov to Faber, who scores! A little lackadaisical defensively by the Kings, and Minnesota suddenly at a 4-on-2 to Foligno. Turns along the boards, waits for support. Now goes to Faber. Faber shot deflected out front. They score! Matt Boldy, who had gone back-to-back games without a point, has not gone 3 in a row without a point all year, and he won't tonight.
Vogel was 3 feet short of the red when he got that in.
Sturm works against Doughty. Out to Brodin. Spurgeon. He scores! Jared Spurgeon beats Kemper from long range, and Minnesota cuts the lead in half. Escapes a check, drops to Faber. Faber shot deflected by Hartman, but just wide. Out front, Hartman scores!
Quinn Hughes now moving across since he's been acquired. A goal, 11 assists. That's all in a couple of weeks. Hartman with a shot. He scores! Ryan Hartman disguising that shot. With 5 minutes gone in the first period, Minnesota breaks the ice. Defensively marked by Dunn. Boldy stays with it. Good strength by him. Quinn Hughes, Faber. Shooting one, he scores! Brock Faber finds the mark. Well placed in the zone. The slot pass broken up by Faber. Jailbreak Minnesota. Kaprizov with Zuccarello. Kirill Kaprizov holding on to it. Zuccarello scores. Matt Zuccarello wins it in overtime.
Jones in for Minnesota. Cut off by D'Angelo. He circles out from behind the net. Got it to Hughes. Across to Faber. Faber centers. Jones scores! First in the NHL. Zuccarello goes up front for Hughes. Back to Zuccarello. Now to Hughes. Across. Boldy and drive. He scores! Hughes plays it down low, centering pass, Kaprizov scores! Hughes bumped by Mercer, still with the puck, turns it back. Johansson waits, gives to Faber a shot, they score! Ryan Hartman with a deflection, and Minnesota evens it after a long stretch in the offensive zone. Out to the point, Hinostroza. Brodin back to Hinostroza. Brodin a drive, they score! John Hines gives an opportunity on the power play to some guys who normally don't get it, and they cash in. Marcus Foligno with a goal. Wild maintain the zone. Yurov scores! Stanley tied up by Hartman. Comes out front. Johansson scores! Second point of the night for Marcus Johansson. Faber holds. Took a heavy hit. Hughes got it through in the slot. Jones goes back against the grain. Out front, Foligno, and they score! Marcus Foligno has Minnesota in front. Hartman carries in for the Wild. Back for Hughes. Hughes reverses course, trying to lose Doan down the wall. They score! Ryan Hartman in check out front. Deflects it in. The play made by Hughes at the blue line for Minnesota in the first period. Yurov moves in, drops to Spurgeon, across, and Tarasenko scores! What an entry for Minnesota, and Vladimir Tarasenko extends the lead to 3-1.
Second and third goal deflections, and the Wild deflected a number of pucks, and none of them went in. Yes.
And now the Wild tie it up, so we continue to go back and forth here in Buffalo.
5 seconds left. Quick entry, Kaprizov holds it, far circle, look out, scores! Zuccarello. After a great clear by Samuelson.
Now Zuccarello throws it toward the net. It was blocked in front. Hughes has it. Goes to the corner, Kaprizov. Hartman centers. Tarasenko scores!
How good was that passing play? Kaprizov to Hartman to Tarasenko.
It just feels different around the town, but when you walk into the buildings, it's amazing. Here's Hartman out front, and he scores!
What?
Kaprizov to Zuccarello to Hartman, and Minnesota has a 2-0 lead. Yurov wins the draw against Lawton. Faber a shot. They score! Tipped by Foligno! His third goal in the last 4 games, and Minnesota restores the 2-goal lead. Hughes comes back in his own zone for the Wild. He connects with Tarasenko. Tarasenko scores! Quinn Hughes with the stretch pass. Tarasenko finishes his second of the night. Keeps it alive for Minnesota. Foligno to Yurov. Now to Faber. Faber shot. He scores!
I bet you he checked that on the blue line and make sure that he was onside.
They shoot in. Stone gets to it to the outside. Tarasenko. Foligno for the hat trick. He's got it. First career hat trick for Marcus Foligno here in Toronto. And his team is back up by 3.
Wild 3 for 7 on the power play so far on this road trip. 8 power play goals in their last 9 games. And Tarasenko has one here. A power play goal for Tarasenko, who has 4 goals in his last 4. And Minnesota with a man advantage. Kaprizov takes a bump, feeds Faber. Faber waits, then fires. They score! May have been deflected in front. Faber's shot gets through Dobish. Hudson's back on. It's a 5-on-4 power play. Zuccarello, Kaprizov fires, block, rebound, Tarasenko scores! Second of the night for Tarasenko on the power play. And it's 3-3 in Montreal.
Hartman to Hughes. Beautiful backhand pass. Zuccarello, shot. Kaprizov, his 26th of the year. Faber crisply to Hughes. What a move. Hughes on Kane. Fire save by Talbot. He's been outstanding. Ties the game in 2. So the Wild got to scratch their way back again. Down by 1. Here's Kaprizov in front. Zuccarello. Hartman's trying to fish it out. Zuccarello scores!
Bit more old school European game, but Larkin saw the opportunity, he took it.
Dangerous 3-on-3 combo for Minnesota. Kaprizov scores!
Plays it back to the point for Zuccarello. Now Boldy. Down low, Kaprizov scores! Looked like he was trying to feed Eriksson Ek on the back door. And it hit Ekblad's skate on the way. Zuccarello across to Boldy. In the middle, Kaprizov. Now back to Hughes to Zuccarello. Kaprizov down the slot. Save Bobrovsky. Rebound and score. Eriksson Ek buries for Minnesota. And it's tied 2-2. Interception by Boldy. He's got a short-handed breakaway. Matt Boldy for the lead. He scores!
When you've been around long enough, you believe it, and you do. You stick with it. He stuck with it. Now it's starting to pay off.
Here's a chance for Trenyon moving in. A shot. He scores! Boldy holds. Drops it back to Hughes. Hughes spins to the backhand. Turns, throws one on goal. They score! Eriksson Ek on the rebound. And it's 3-2. Boldy gains the line. Wallstedt wanders off. Spurgeon moves in. Fires, it's loose. Eriksson a shot. Rebound, they score! Darren Spurgeon ties it for Minnesota.
Through the 5-hole.
Kirill Kaprizov in for Minnesota. He scores!
That makes it look easy.
Plays it across for Tarasenko. He tried to center. Hunt back to the line. Yurov another shot that's blocked. Hunt goes across to Tarasenko. Centers. Yurov scores! Back into Wild territory. Gives it to Spurgeon. Middleton cross ice. Connects with Hinostroza. He scores!
5-on-3 got the attention of the Wild skill, and they get a bunch of looks but miss the net on the best of them.
Kaprizov to Boldy. He scores! And again, we can also go back to that conversation we had about the highly skilled players. Here's Kaprizov. He scores. He matches Boldy with number 29 on the year. And in a matter of moments, the Wild go from a 2-1 nail-biter to a 4-1 lead. Power play goal just after a 5-on-3 had expired. Helped them salt away a win against the Flames. Here's Eriksson in alone against Jari. He scores! And the Wild tie it on the power play. Well, Minnesota gets a third power play chance of the period, and they score! Kaprizov at the side of the net. And Minnesota has tied it just 9 seconds into the man advantage.
Draisaitl getting tended to on the Oilers bench.
He lost an edge and flipped the official on the end boards, and the Wild score right off the faceoff. Matt Zuccarello. Hughes settles it down there for Minnesota. 7.5 to go in the second. Hughes moves in. Shot deflects to the corner. He centers and scores! Quinn Hughes grabbed the carom off the end boards, threw it into the feet of Jari, and Draisaitl's redirect was knocked away, and the Wild are 3-on-2 the other way.
For another example of McDavid.
And they score! Foligno to Tarasenko, and the Wild cash in on a 3-on-2. It's 5-2 Minnesota. Pitlick from center. Hinostroza in pursuit. And the Wild add to the lead. Another bizarre play. Ingram the victim this time. We'll play it back out to neutral ice. Faber works by Bouchard in. He scores! The Oilers catch iron twice. Now Gouli in on the forecheck. Boldy tries to duck away a check. Plays it off the boards. Picked up by Johansson. Out to Eriksson. Eriksson moves in. A shot. He scores! 38 seconds in. Joel Eriksson has Minnesota in front. Slavkovsky for Slovakia. And Texier will play for France. Hughes centers. Kaprizov scores! It trickles through Dobish, and it's 2-0 Minnesota. He gives to Hughes. Johansson splits the defense. Faber's in. He scores! Brock Faber ties it for Minnesota. A collision at the line. Boldy. Back to Hughes. Kaprizov fires. He scores! Kirill Kaprizov wins it for the Wild.
Be disciplined and make sure you don't let him get on the wrong side of you.
He's had a lot of success against Minnesota lately. Here's Matt Boldy in for the Wild. He scores! Less than 2 minutes in, Matt Boldy.
Almost below the goal line before he shoots.
Wild onto the power play. Hughes, a tip by Boldy. A save by Saros, rebound, he scores. Saros made the initial save, and then Boldy has his second of the night. We're not 4 minutes into the game. Boldy carries in. Fires on goal, saved by Saros, rebound, Boldy scores! It's the hat trick for Boldy, and Minnesota's lead is 3-1. Yossi tied up, and Trenyon grabs it for Minnesota.
Turnovers at the Blues galore right now.
Tarasenko tried to put his head down, they score! Yakov Trenyon with a deflection up and over the shoulder of Saros, and Minnesota ties it. Yurov, the shot that goes wide, Middleton works his way down. And they score! Saros seemed fooled by this shot, and he may have wound up kicking it in himself.
Paula wants a change. Stamkos comes in for it. Now a 2-on-1 down low. Boldy to Spurgeon. He scores!
Kirill Kaprizov moves ahead. Boldy works free down the slot. A shot. Save Blackwood. Rebound. They score! Eriksson Ek able to beat Blackwood on the rebound, and the Wild on the power play have the game's first goal. Boldy for Hughes. Boldy into the slot, goes down low, a centering pass, they score! Eriksson Ek looking for Kaprizov. It deflects by Blackwood, and Minnesota finally cashes in.
One of them resulted in the clear, the other one, as time expired.
Hartman in for Minnesota, centers. Zuccarello scores! Makar able to knock it out of the air, and the Avs regroup at center. Jared Bednar rolls the dice right here, down by 2. A turnover. Boldy at the empty net. He scores! Will be offside. They have to tag up. Faber sends it ahead for Boldy. Boldy puts on the brakes, fires at the empty net, and scores. Second of the night for Boldy. And now the knockout punch has been delivered. It's 5-2 Minnesota.
Been that kind of game for the Wild. Just off.
They say good at the line. Boldy picks up the carom, centers. Kaprizov scores! What a feed from Boldy to Kaprizov.
For them, down the stretch.
The Wild do have a day off tomorrow, but it's an early game. As here, Boldy with a redirect, and he scores! Tarasenko with a feed from the wall. Boldy deflects it by Vejmelka. Back to Suter. Eriksson Ek scoops it up, and the Wild have numbers coming the other way. 3-on-1. Hughes moves in to Boldy. Kaprizov scores!
From Johansson was blocked.
Torelli with the block.
Kept alive by the Wild. Here's Boldy. Down low behind the net. Johansson back out. Score! Saber! 1-0 Wild. Out of open ice. 4 skaters on 3. Off the stick of Hughes. He keeps it alive. Now Zuccarello. Score! Zuccarello on the power play, 2-0. Now here's Trennan into the Tampa Bay zone. Held up by Littleberg, puck loose, he scores! Vasilevsky lost the handle. Trennan makes it 3-1, Minnesota. Here's Kaprizov once again. Quinn Hughes goes to the net and scores! Stuff attempt a couple of times from Yanni Gord. Now the outward pass, Kaprizov. looking for the team record. He scores!
Hurdle wins the draw against Hartman. Hurdle, the top scorer for Vegas in that playoff series last year. Here's a chance for Zuccarello. In alone, and he scores! Matt Zuccarello on the breakaway for Minnesota.
Now Urov. Brennan. Back to Urov. Shot blocked. And big drive score. Bogosian let it rip. The puck came to him on the right side. And the second of the season.
Second of the year for Bogosian. And the Wild lead it 2-0 midway through the second period. Faber a shot. He scores! McCarron may have gotten a piece of this on the way. One at home against Tampa. Tarasenko hits the line. Spurgeon back to Tarasenko. He scores! The Wild catch Vegas. Pinching at the other end. A 3-on-1.
Second power play for Minnesota. They trail by 1. Eriksson Ek wins the draw to Hughes. Now Kaprizov. Score! It's a flex in. Past Wedgwood. It took only 4 seconds. On the power play, the Wild. Now Burns shoots in. Puck past Taves. Short-handed opportunity. Score! Sturm! 2-1 Minnesota.
Leads Tarasenko a bit too far. He'll try to bump Uyghur off the play there. Centers it through. That shot just missed the mark. Kaprizov! Shot score! Kaprizov from his knees gives Minnesota the 1-0 lead. Speaking of buildings maybe hosting their first ever playoff games, we can get one in Detroit finally. 2-on-1 for the Wild. Boldy shot scores! Gorgeous feed on the 2-on-1. Matt Boldy.
So let's see if the Mammoth can do that.
Turned over, Tarasenko got it across, shot and score! Welcome home, Bobby Brink! His first goal as a member of the Minnesota Wild. Off for Quinn Hughes. And with some speed is Urov. It across the line. Has Brink with him. And Urov scores! What a move! Danila Urov! And the rout is on! 4-0 Minnesota!
Young legs, young legs.
Kaprizov out of the box, finds Foligno, it's behind the goalie and it's in! Hartman tucks it home, and Vejmelka cracks his stick in anger.
Zone with just one shot on their first power play opportunity. Hughes to Zuccarello, and the Wild cleanly gain the zone. Zuccarello's pass deflected, picked up by Boldy. He scores! Boldy on the power play, and Minnesota ties it.
Unfortunately.
Faber got it to Kaprizov. Free in the slot, he scores! Number 38 for Kirill Kaprizov, and the Wild have the lead.
Their staff has talked about as a Blade has played some of his best hockey as a Ranger early in his career. We saw a play there, just out-muscle Eriksson Ek.
Boldy scores!
Tonight he's putting on a reason why he finishes in, top statistically year in and year out for goaltenders when he's healthy.
Centering pass, Urov scores!
Tenacious start by Minnesota, don't you think, Chris? You have to figure the head coach had a few words in between that second and third.
Playing with a little more urgency, and there's a goal. And Tarasenko has Minnesota on the board.
And so be it, but he saw that Nick could help us, and that's the main thing, and we're absolutely pumped to have him, and obviously get back in the lineup. Here we go.
Tarasenko with another!
I'm not leaving. I ain't never leaving. Unreal. Wow. Yeah, that guy can shoot a puck, huh?
Asked about how he would lead effectively when there's already a leadership group in place. And he's not the only one. Hartman out front. He scores! What a feed from behind the net. And Minnesota cashes in right off the draw. Kaprizov to Hartman. McCarron had 2 points in his Wild debut. Hasn't scored in his last 4 in a Wild sweater. Pad saved by Knight. Rebound. Johansson scores! Urov sends it out to Faber. Now back to Urov. Tried to go to Faber. It's deflected. Johansson sends it across. Tarasenko scores! Third goal in 2 games for Tarasenko off the feed from Johansson. Johansson gets free. Drops it back. Zuccarello scores! It's a win for the Wild in overtime.
2-0 Chicago. Mikheyev and Bedard, 1 goal in each period. Sturm back on the ice. Shot!
Boo-boo, all better.
Plays it around for Brink. He goes across to Hughes. Jamie Benn took a hit. Brink's in alone. Brink to the backhand. He scores! Into the Dallas zone. Hughes to the slot. Went across to Brink, but a stick by Harley. Now Tarasenko's alone. He scores! It's a win for the Wild in overtime.
Down low for Boldy. Quinn Hughes. Now Matt Zuccarello with it. Score! The Wild convert on the power play. Take a 1-0 lead.
Unsportsmanlike conduct is the call on Hagel. Here's Faber straight away. Score! Deflected in front. Second power play goal for the Minnesota Wild. They take a 2. Rodin for Minnesota. Shots are 14-13 Tampa Bay. Minnesota had a 7-1 edge early. Tarasenko, score! After the Lightning killed off the 2 penalties.
Yeah, you're not out in the beer league here. The other guys can skate.
That's right. When you make the fastest players in the world look a little slow. That shot on net. Score! Foligno is able to roof it. Marcus Foligno, welcome back to the lineup. And he is able to put one past Tarasov. A little winning streak. As here's Kaprizov. Looks to center. Floats it towards the crease. A stick lift. Take back by Kulikov. Taken back by Hartman. Scores! Great hands. Ryan Hartman found the puck. Roofed it. And it's a 2-0 Minnesota lead. The draw won by Nosek. Moved by Forsling. Held by Faber. With room. Rich to the stick. The rebound. Score! Eriksson with 3.8 seconds to go.
So he got everybody on board. It took a little while to do it, but now they're so comfortable playing the style that he wanted, and they're really effective at it.
And they score! Yes. Minnesota finally breaks the seal against Swayman. Kirill Kaprizov on the deflection, and it's 3-1.
Looked like that was going to be the one.
Hughes back in. Gives it to Zuccarello. Zuccarello moves in for a shot. He scores! And the Wild, with 13 seconds left in the 5-on-3, cut the Boston lead to 4-2. Back to Zuccarello. Kaprizov for Zuccarello. It deflects. Hughes picks it up off the wall. Centers. Hartman out front. They score!
I want to tell you, that goal is all Ryan Hartman. What he did at center ice, he was so...
Bogosian's shot missed the target. Middleton picks it up. His shot blocked in front. Intercepted by Joseph. Clears to the line for the Wild hold. Boldy moves in. A shot. He scores! Had gone 7 without a goal. And Boldy This is a period where the Canucks have been victimized all year. They're minus 45 in the second. Boldy's in alone. He scores! It takes 23 seconds for the Wild to add to that total. Boldy's second of the night, 40th of the year, and it's 2-2. Hartman knocks it off the end boards. Pettersson put it right on the stick of Kaprizov. Zuccarello, Kaprizov, he scores! What a play! 3-2 Minnesota. Out to the line, Zuccarello fakes the shot, gives to Hughes. Hughes turns out of the corner with the puck. Now to Zuccarello. His long shot, they score! Tipped by Hartman, and Minnesota extends the lead to 4-2. Boldy has it, hands it to Kaprizov. Hartman gets loose for a shot, and he scores! Across to Stützle, but Tarasenko picks it up for the Wild. Nifty feed to Brodin. Brodin moves in, a shot. Saved by Allmark, rebound, they score! Allmark got a piece of the shot by Brodin. Spence escaped the check, but now Zuccarello picks it up with Hartman driving the net. Zuccarello to Hartman, he scores! Ryan Hartman with his 5th goal in the last 4 games, and Minnesota leads it 2-0. Zuccarello on the loose puck, tried to cut to the slot. His centering pass broken up by Sanderson. Hartman's loose, fires and scores! 2 consecutive multi-goal games for Ryan Hartman, and it's 3-0 Minnesota. Tries to cut through the middle, a shot goes over the top of the goal. Eriksson Ek out for Hughes to Middleton. Middleton walks in, a shot, he scores! Jake Middleton snaps a 16-game run without a point.
And this whole thing is going to come down to what they can do over the last 6 games of the year.
And maybe that was a wake-up call for the Red Wings.
Here's a turnover, and it's Boldy. He has Johansson, he'll shoot it, he scores! So the Red Wings score in their first shot of the first. The Wild respond in their first shot of the second, and it's all even to start the period. Dropped off Zuccarello. Zuccarello to the interior. Puck rolled on him, and it rolled right to Hartman. And look off a pass. Thrown, scores! Kirill Kaprizov got a last-second deflection, and it is 2-1 Minnesota. Front penalty set to expire. Here comes Tarasenko. The shot blocked by Seider. Kept alive by Middleton. Backdoor play. Scores! Tarasenko from a tough angle. And it's 3 straight to start the period for Minnesota.
They got to find a way to get a goal to get the fans back in the game.
Oh, look out here. It's Kaprizov off the bench. Scores! Kirill Kaprizov coming on the ice, and the puck set up perfectly for him at the blue line. He scores his 2nd of the period. Matt Boldy loads it up, can't shoot with comfort in his hip pocket. Boldy, cross ice, Kaprizov scores! The hat-trick goal for Kirill Kaprizov puts the Wild back out in front.
For that, and Ryan Hartman will get him back again.
But he's been a much more disciplined agitator. Here comes Boldy. Across to Eriksson Ek, a shot, saved the court. Rebound, it's waved off. Boldy knocked it in, but it's immediately waved off. Boldy celebrating, and we'll see what the official call is. He might have ruled that this was knocked in with the glove by Boldy. They look sharp, they look fast. Can the Wild answer here in the second? A centering pass. Foligno scores! A fast start for Minnesota, and it's 2-2. Spurgeon into the corner. Tarasenko double team there. Spurgeon a drive, saved the court. Tarasenko scores! Boldy, who has one already tonight for Minnesota, comes out from behind the net. Tied up, centers, and they score! Marcus Johansson off a brilliant feed from Boldy, and it's 4-2 Minnesota.
Late in the game, it's been a long shift.
Eriksson Ek with a takeaway. He scores!
Minnesota Wild and just incredibly well respected.
Called up on his 21st birthday, and that was it.
Never look back.
Never look back.
Happy birthday.
On the move, Hughes. Score! Quinn Hughes! Vintage! Glides across the line and beats Ottinger to tie the game. Still with 23 seconds to work with. In the bumper, it's Hartman. And that deflection over the top of the net. Lindell can't clear. Backdoor! Score! Boldy to Kirill Kaprizov. Lindell couldn't find the rolling puck, and Boldy took advantage. Pinpoint pass.
Don't do it after a whistle, or he might be the team that's down.
And that is the Dallas Stars, Zuccarello. Seam pass, shot towards the net. Rebound, score! Kaprizov, he's got a pair, both on the power play. It's a 3-1 lead for the Wild. So far on this power play for Minnesota. Through traffic, Quinn Hughes. Spurgeon, shot pass, score! Hartman does it again off the shot pass from the captain.
Trenyon tried to get one through to Brink. McCarron sends it back to Brodin. Brodin shot deflected. McCarron scores! His second goal with the Wild, 7th of the season, and Minnesota cuts the lead to 1.
But the Wild a little loose with the puck on the power play in the offensive zone.
Trenyon to McCarron, drives out front, punt denied, Trenyon hit the post, and then they score! The Wild had hope for flopping around in the crease. Brink down the slot, goes to Spurgeon. Johansson to Tarasenko out front, Yurov, he scores! Danila Yurov ends a drought with a power play goal. Assisted by the former Blue, Vladimir Tarasenko. Thomas tried to play it back to the line. It's intercepted. 2-on-1 for the Wild, shorthanded. Nick Foligno with McCarron. McCarron fires. He scores! And a shorthanded goal for Minnesota extends the lead to 3-1. Gustafsson Nyberg sends it around. Discipline got away from the Wild when they faced Dallas a few years ago. And they score! Rostov got a piece of it, but it trickles over the line, and Yurov has his second goal in as many games for Minnesota. Look at the brain back on track here before the playoffs start. Haight scores! Hunter Haight, who had his first in the NHL overturned by goalie interference last night. Petrie steps up at center. Fabry carries back in. Drops to Ove Kubel. A shot deflected. Dostal got a skate on it.
That one's in. They haven't called a goal. That across the goal line. That's going to be Fabry's. That maybe he wouldn't return. He touches so many areas of this game. Penalty kill. Another big one.
Kaprizov back to Hughes. Across to Zuccarello. Boldy. One touch. Eriksson Ek. He scores! And the Wild on the power play have the first goal of the series. Rantanen after it. Faber there for the Wild. Faber comes ahead.
And they were good in both categories, goals for and against.
And they score! A sharp angle shot goes up and over the shoulder of Ottinger. Had it knocked past him by Foxa, but Hughes takes it back. Gets it to Zuccarello. He goes cross ice. Kaprizov back for Hughes. Across to Faber. A shot. They score! Brian Hartman tips it out front. And Minnesota has a 3-goal lead. Johnston had his pocket picked by Boldy. Now a battle along the boards. Boldy tried to center. Bouncing puck. They score! The shot came from the slot. It bounced just wide of the net. Matt Boldy buries it. Minnesota leads 4-0. Hughes again. Boldy fires and a blocker saved by Ottinger.
Boy, wow, they've been going upstairs on Ottinger.
And they score! Eriksson Ek with his second of the game on the power play. It's 5-1 Minnesota. As Nick Foligno jumps out of the penalty box. 6-on-5 for Dallas. Rantanen moves in, lost it to Boldy at the empty net. He scores! And Minnesota, with their most one-sided Game 1 victory ever, leads it 6-1 in Dallas. Had outscored their opponents 4-1 in these spots. Minnesota outscored 3-1. Faber escapes Robertson, cuts to the slot, he scores! Brock Faber ties it for Minnesota. Faber gets free, blocker save, Ottinger, rebound! Hughes denied by Ottinger.
Highlight reel save.
Faber loose in the slot, he scores! Out to the line, Faber moves in a shot, pad save, Ottinger, rebound, and Spurgeon denied by Ottinger.
Wow, what a save by Ottinger, and Spurgeon on the backhand.
In the slot, Johansson scores!
And that's where the Wild need to get bodies to the inside. Juicy rebound there off Ottinger.
Boldy fights past Myers. Eriksson scores! What a play by Boldy, and Minnesota ties it.
Wally's got to be careful now, too, as he just ran a pick.
Wilder back at full strength. McCarron hits the Dallas line. He scores! Back to Brodin, a shot, and that goes wide. Rebound, Hartman, ridden into the boards. Kaprizov got it through to Faber. Faber shot deflected. They score! Brock Faber's third of the series, and it's 1-1. Rebound controlled by McCarron. Faber plays cross ice. Hughes back to Faber. He leaves it to Sturm. Sturm fires, saved by Ottinger. Marcus Foligno scores! The Moose ties it for Minnesota! Puck is still loose. Boldy trying to dig it loose. Eriksson involved in the fight. Kaprizov out to Spurgeon. Half a minute to go. A shot! They score! Matt Boldy wins it for the Wild! Harley sends it around behind for Myers. Myers wraps it off the boards. Hardman holds. Kaprizov denied by Ottinger. Zuccarello scores! Kaprizov gives to Boldy. Works it up high for Hughes. Boldy in front, he scores! A power play goal for Minnesota. And the Wild are back in front by 1. The Game 4 hero finds the back of the net to break the tie here in Game 5. It was Dallas that scored on the power play late in Game 3 to push it into overtime before they won in double overtime. Minnesota got the equalizer in Game 4. And they score! McCarron one-hands it by Ottinger, who was a little awkward, indecisive whether he'd go for the poke check or not. McCarron with his second of the series, and Minnesota has a 2-goal lead.
And again, you think about the opportunity to ice it. If you're fresh and your core is fresh, you don't get the red, feel free, but
Kaprizov fights off a Heiskanen check and scores into the empty net. Kirill Kaprizov with the empty net goal for Minnesota, and it's 4-2 Wild. Faber out to Nico Sturm and back to Hughes. Hughes connects with Foligno. Back to Hughes. Hughes moves in, a shot. He scores! To Tarasenko. Trenyon plays it in behind. Allen, once again, the special teams favoring Dallas helped him slant this game, but they score! Vladimir Tarasenko ties it for Minnesota!
I think if he knew for sure he had numbers, he'd have gone for it, but it looked like it was going to develop into a one-on-one.
Back to the line, Faber, across for Hughes. Hughes fires, they score! Tipped in by Ryan Hartman, Minnesota leads! Taken away by Boldy. Robertson got a stick on it. Ben unable to hold the line. Boldy to the empty net. He scores! 4-2 Minnesota. Rebound goes to the corner. Ritzkovian on it for Dallas. Inside 20 to go. Wild clear. They score! And it's over.
Tries to get on the 23-year-old rookie goaltender Jesper Wallstedt. Here's a chance, they score! Puck popped onto the stick of Marcus Johansson, and Minnesota bites into that 3-goal lead. A goal for the Wild, who desperately needed it after surrendering 3 goals to start this game. Quinn Hughes trying to create, and he found Hartman, he scores! What a pass from Quinn Hughes, banged home by Ryan Hartman. The goals just keep on coming.
Right now, he's got to simplify and do a little bit quicker, I agree.
Here comes a chance for Tarasenko. What a move, and he scores! Tarasenko, a la Peter Forsberg, brings Minnesota back within 1.
And this line for Minnesota, they want to get their forecheck going. Looks like they're doing it right here.
Quinn Hughes on the cutback. Hughes got a little space and he scores! Quinn Hughes, and Minnesota has erased what was a 3-goal lead for Colorado. Dallas had a good power play all year. If we could do what they do, we would be doing it all year. Oh, look out here. This is a shorthanded break, and it's Marcus Foligno in all alone, and he scores! Marcus Foligno shorthanded, and Minnesota has taken the lead. Hughes into the zone for Matt Boldy. He's watched by McCarr, floated to the front, they score!
Goodness, that went in!
Zuccarello driving it, popped up over the shoulder of Wedgwood, and it is back to a 1-goal game with 4 minutes remaining.
A breakaway off the goal, and the answer by Minnesota. Kaprizov got loose, a defensive breakdown for Colorado. 6 seconds after the Natchez goal, Kirill the Thrill is able to tie it. It feels like game 1 again.
Johansson protects it. Hunt is met by O'Connor. It's in behind the net. You're off center. Score! They throw it out in front. And in perfect position, Marcus Johansson is able to beat Wedgwood.
You better have your head on a swivel with the defensemen that each team have in this situation.
And here's one of them, Faber, who led the rush into the Colorado zone. Feeds Kaprizov, feeds and scores! Saved by Wedgwood. Boldy slides it across.
No stick for Wedgwood.
Kaprizov could not tee it up. Wedgwood without a stick. Spinning with it is Hughes. Hughes shoots. He scores! 2-0 Wild. With the Minnesota Wild. Now Boldy up top. Kaprizov across. Here's Zuccarello with a shot. Score! Deflects in and hit Taves initially. And the Minnesota Wild are now 2 for 2 on the power play. They lead the Avalanche 3-0.
And when you do that, and here's a penalty coming up here. It looks like O'Connor's going to go. Power play coming for the Wild.
Wallstedt off for the extra attacker. Saves it by Blackwood. They score! He got a piece of it, and then it crossed the line. So the Wild come right back 20 seconds after the McKinnon power play goal. It's now 4-1. Back out to McCarr. 10 seconds. Shot by Nature's blocked. Here's Kadri, shoots. That does not get through. Sent down into the empty net by Boldy.
2-on-2 battle for it now in the corner. Kulak with a stick lift. Played back to a dancing Faber. Faber to Tarasenko in the corner. Back to Faber. One-time drive. Score! Power play goal for the Wild. They have the lead. It looked like it was deflected on the way in by Ura. Sturm drives the net. Sturm wraparound try right through the crease. Hughes keeps it onside. Backhanded down low. Score! Sturm! Oh, what a setup by Quinn Hughes. We're tied.
Quinn Hughes in with a shot. Puck is loose and it's knocked out of trouble. Sent back around by Faber. Hughes with it. Shoots. Turned aside by Blackwood. Now Boldy into the slot. Score! Johansson! Just 34 seconds in. What an opening shift for the Minnesota Wild. And for Marcus Johansson, his third goal of this series.
A lot going on offensively.
Puck was cleared out by Kaprizov, carried across by Sturm. Sturm towards the net. And the redirect, they score! It's Foligno! 2-0 Minnesota!
8th shift in the game so far for Boldy. That looked like it was offside.
And now Sturm flies it across. 3-0!
Boy, that play was very, very close to being offside. But the big rebound given up by Blackwood.
It's Nick Foligno again.
Wow.